To the nation's capital now, the U.S. Supreme Court hands President Trump a major victory.
Justices upholding his controversial travel ban. CBS 2's Dick Brennan here now with more on today's ruling. Dick.
Maurice and Christine, the first two versions of the president's travel ban had been essentially rejected by the courts, in part because of some of the incendiary statements about Muslims made by Mr. Trump. This time, though, in a narrow 5-4 ruling, the court said that essentially this is what we give presidents the power to do. But at least one justice likened this ruling to a dark incident in America's past.
Today's Supreme Court ruling just coming out, a tremendous success, a tremendous victory for the American people and for our Constitution. This is a great victory for our Constitution.
President Trump basking in his Supreme Court victory. The High Court ruled 5-4 that his travel ban against 7 mostly Muslim countries was constitutional, despite anti-Muslim comments from Mr. Trump. Chief Justice John Roberts ruling, the issue before us is not whether to denounce the statements. It is instead the significance of those statements in reviewing a presidential directive, neutral on its face, addressing a matter within the core of executive responsibility.
The ruling shows that all of the attacks from the media and the Democrat politicians are wrong, and they turned out to be very wrong. And what we're looking for as Republicans, I can tell you, is strong borders, no crime.
But in her scathing dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor likened the ruling to the infamous Korematsu versus the United States, the 1944 decision that endorsed the detention of Japanese Americans during World War II. And she also noted statements made by Mr. Trump.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Justice Sotomayor wrote, a reasonable observer would conclude that the proclamation was motivated by anti-Muslim animus.
At this time of instability and gridlock where people don't trust institutions, the Supreme Court, you would have liked to think, was one institution that could be trusted. This was purely political, ideological 5-4 decision.
In the meantime, the president doubled down on his call to ramp up deportations without involving judges.
Other countries, it's called, I'm sorry, you can't come in, you have to leave. This one, we have judges. If they step on our land, we have judges. It's insane.
Now, concerning Justice Sotomayor's parallels to Japanese internment, the court took an historic step. It overturned the 1944 decision that was infamous. Justice Roberts said the internment ruling was gravely wrong and has no place in law under the Constitution.